You're very welcome back. Now, each year, World Vision help more than 100 million people around the world to overcome poverty and injustice. 12-year-old Leila Kenny is one of many people who have helped World Vision to achieve this with her pocket money. Leila sponsors Muo, a boy her own age in Kenya. And Leila, together with her mother, Rebecca, recently travelled to Kenya to understand the difference her donation makes to Muo and his family. They join us now alongside Graham Davison, the Director of World Vision, Programmes Director of World Vision. You're all welcome this morning, guys.
Thank you.
Rebecca, I'm going to come to you first because your lovely daughter Leila, she's sitting beside you here, and you got to go to Africa, you got to go to Kenya and see where your money goes, the donation that you make. Yeah. But I think a lot of mothers would balk at bringing their 12-year-old daughter to a country like Kenya, which is very beautiful and I'm a very big fan of. But you might think, well, is it too much emotionally for somebody like that to handle? And I know you did agonise over it. So why did you make the decision to do this?
Well, I think, you know, myself and my husband Pete decided to sponsor Child with World Vision a couple of months ago because we felt we wanted Leila to actually understand that there are literally millions of children all over the world that are same as her, just a normal kid, but they're born in completely different circumstances, basically below the poverty line. So we just wanted her to understand that actually you've got a really privileged lifestyle, and we thought that if we sponsored a child that she could actually form a connection with that child. In this case was Muo, this 11-year-old from Kenya. They can write to each other, they can learn about each other, they can learn about each other's cultures, and they can help him practically, not just him but his family and the wider community. So basically it's €25 a month, and we just thought, right, that's maybe what, a coffee a day for a month or a lunch with a glass of wine. So yeah, we can manage that. She gives a bit from her pocket money, and she ends up, you know, helping this child in a really practical way. So then the opportunity came up for this trip to raise awareness for sponsorship, and I just thought, is she able? I think she is mentally. She's physically healthy. World Vision were really, really careful with where we went and the injections, and so I felt really safe. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously you're slightly worried and things can happen, but I did feel very comfortable with World Vision.
Leila, can I ask you, do you remember when your mum suggested this to you?
Yeah, we were in the car and she said, would you think now you'd be able to go to Kenya?
And what did you think?
I was really happy because she told me about her experience and I really wanted to see what it was like.
And did you want to meet, so Muo was a little boy in Kenya who's the same age as you. Were you looking forward to meeting him?
Yeah.
And did you have any sense of what his life would be like before you got there, or when you got there? Were you shocked by what you saw?
Yeah, I really had no idea what his house or his life would be like.
Tell me what his house was like.
His house was kind of like a shack. It just had a mud floor. He shared his bed with his brother, and there was chickens. He kept the chickens in his room.
So he had chickens in his bedroom?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Just so lucky that for what I have, like, he has so little, and what I think is a problem, he wouldn't think was a problem at all? No. And when you looked at it, and it wasn't just Muo you got to see, because we've got lovely shots of you over there with lots of children. Their lives, are they very hard from your perspective, or did they seem still quite happy, even though they didn't have a lot of stuff? Yeah, they seemed really happy, and I was really surprised by that, because they're always laughing and having fun with their friends.
There you are, we can see you there in the school. And did you take some of the classes, Leila, while you were there?
Well, I was looking at their books, and they were reading a piece about a national park, and they were reading it in English.
And they were, look how happy they are to see you. So they were thrilled to welcome you.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have met many girls your age who were white.
No, they've never seen a white person.
And were they able to communicate with you in English, or did you have to use a translator?
Sometimes we used a translator, but they had a little bit of English.
And what did they say to you, the ones who did have a little bit of English?
Well, they'd always ask you, how are you? And you'd ask them, how are you? And they'd always say, I'm fine.
Graham, I'm going to bring you in here now, because as Rebecca said, when you came up with this idea, you were very concerned primarily about Leila's health and keeping her safe over there. So that was your #1 concern. Absolutely. But you did want to do this, and Rebecca and Leila wanted to do it as well, to highlight the wonderful work that you do over there. So just give us an idea of what you do over there.
Yeah, I mean, as you rightly say, we were very concerned about Leila, and we made sure that our duty of care was in place for her to travel. World Vision Ireland are part of the broader World Vision International partnership. And I don't think people realise the vast reach that we have as an organisation. 100 million people, as you said in your intro, we cover across the globe.
Which is huge.
We work in 100 countries. And we are the largest not-for-profit, public-funded organisation in the world. So I think the vast reach that actually gives us puts us in a position of a very proactive organisation that can reach to the grassroots of many of these communities and the community that Layla spent time with. And we very much appreciate our donors and our sponsors that enable us to work in these locations.
What sort of difference are you able to make to the lives of Muo and his family with the thanks to the subscriptions that you get from people like Rebecca and her family?
It's very much focusing on the community. Yes, you have the connection with the individuals, but it's important to focus on the communities, to enable them and to build their capacity to work their way out of the poverty trap that they find themselves in. And it's through sponsors like Layla that we're able to facilitate this process.
Rebecca, I know you've seen the work that they do over there.
Yeah.
When going back now with Layla, was it different seeing it through her eyes?
Oh, absolutely.
How so?
Well, you know, just seeing her, I suppose, her expression and her face when she actually saw this is Muo's home. There is no electricity, there is no running water. He has to walk, I think, an hour to school, and that's actually quite short, apparently 2 to 3 hours. So he walks to school, he does the school, he comes home, he looks after his donkey, he goes to bed, 8 o'clock, light goes, there is nothing, maybe play some football. So that is his life. Layla, she horse rides, you know, she reads books, she has a phone, she watches TV. You know, the vast difference, I suppose, is just so incredible. And yet they're both normal children, same age, more or less, just completely different circumstances.
I'm sure Layla was incredibly grateful for all that you give her before she went there. But has it changed her?
I don't know. Has it changed?
Has it changed you, Layla? You're more appreciative now of the life that you have.
Yeah, just he has so little.
And you would, I'm no doubt, you're going to continue to send your subscription to World Vision. Graham, if other people want to do so, and I know that the little that they give makes a huge difference, absolutely, how can they do that?
Certainly by clicking onto our website, that's worldvision.ie. That will give you all of the relevant information and the process as to how you become a sponsor.
Guys, thank you very much, Layla. Thank you for coming in to talk to us.
Thank
Rebecca,
you
thank you as
very
always.
much.
We are going to take a quick break now. Lots more to come on Ireland Day, and we'll see you in a few. Good job.